Hello friends, my name's Alexis and welcome to my cozy fall reading vlog. So it is currently Friday. It is almost 9 a.m. Yeah, it's 8:50, so I need to go sign into work, but I just finished getting ready for the day. I still need to get dressed and make my coffee, so I'll do that next. But I wanted to intro this video and let you know what the plans are for this weekend. We'll see how long it takes me to get through all these books, but the goal is a weekend. So first up, I will be starting this one actually this morning because I have the audiobook, and that is You Again by Kate Goldbach. This one came out last year and I was so sad that I didn't have time to read it. So I am so looking forward to this. Everybody I know absolutely loves it and I've heard nothing but good things. So I believe this is sort of a twist on the movie When Harry Met Sally. Okay, so the synopsis says, can they stop hating each other long enough to fall in love? A commitment prone and a hopeless romantic clash over and over again until heartbreak and unexpected chemistry bring them together in this clever enemies to friends to lovers debut romance. When Ari and Josh first meet, the wrong kind of sparks fly. They hate each other instantly. A free-spirited, struggling comedian who likes to keep things casual, Ari sublets, takes gigs, and she never sleeps over after hooking up. Born and bred Manhattanite, Josh has ambitious plans. Take the culinary world by storm, find the one, and make her breakfast in his spotless kitchen. They have absolutely nothing in common, except that they happen to be sleeping with the same woman. What? Okay, I didn't know about that. I'm not going to read anything else. I kind of want to go into it just a little bit blind, but I'm really, really excited. It sounds so good so far that it's going to be like this dislike to like, and that we have sort of this opposites attract trope. I'm so excited. And I mean, look at the cover. Is this not the most fall cover you have ever seen in your entire life? So I'm hoping it gives me all of the cozy fall vibes and gets me ready for the season change. This weekend is the fall equinox. So I thought it was the perfect time to really transition from summer to reading cozy fall books, which brings us to our next book, which is The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater. This is the second book in the Raven Cycle series, of course. I read the first one earlier in the month and I loved it so much, which is so surprising to me because it was a reread and I actually did not like it at all the first time I read it. But I've decided to give the series another chance because Kayla from Books and Lala is doing a read along with her channel members. So yeah, I'm really, really happy that I gave the first one another chance. And then this one, I've never read it before. This is my first time. So very, very excited. And I know this one is Kayla's favorite in the series. So I'm just expecting to love it. I actually think this one takes place in the summertime, but just something about this series just kind of gives me fall vibes. And with it being the equinox this weekend, I'm giving it a pass because this is kind of like my transition book from summer into fall. Whatever, just making it fit because I really, really want to read this. I think it's the magical realism, the sort of dark academia, very loosely dark academia. The boys do go to this private school and it's just very elite. So for those vibes, it gives me fall. I don't know what this one is about, and I'm not going to read the synopsis and spoil anything for those of you who haven't read the first one. But in the first one, we follow this group of 4 boys. They all go to this very prestigious private academy. They're all the rich boys in town, and our main character, Blue, calls them the Raven Boys. So she does not go to this school. She actually lives in a house full of psychic mediums, tarot card readers, that kind of thing, but they have actual abilities. They're not the ones that scam people. And Blue is sort of an amplifier, if I can steal from the Grishaverse term. She amplifies their powers, but she doesn't have any powers herself. And we just follow the boys, and Blue end up becoming friends, and they go on this search for this Welsh king who may or may not be thousands of years old, but still alive. It sounds so weird and complicated, but when you're reading it, it just clicks. It's just so good. And Maggie Stiefvater's mind when writing this, it's just so creative. And the way she writes these characters, I just fell in love with them after the first one. So very excited to keep going and be back with these characters. And then our last book on the TBR is the most fall book I could think of, and that is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. I'm going to read it on my Kindle, but I will pop the cover up here just to have it in full color and really appreciate the autumnal vibes of this cover. Are you kidding? Look at how cute this looks. So I don't know what this one is about either. You think I would prepare for these things. But with a cover like this one and seeing it all over the place and everybody loving it, like, I don't really need to read the synopsis. I know it's gonna be like the best cozy fall vibes, but I guess for the sake of sounding like I know what I'm talking about, let's read the synopsis together. A spicy small-town romance and TikTok phenomenon. When Jeannie's aunt gives her the beloved Pumpkin Spice Cafe in the small town of Dream Harbor, Jeannie jumps at the chance for a fresh start away from her very dull desk job. Logan is a local farmer who avoids Dream Harbor's gossip at all costs, but Jeannie's arrival disrupts Logan's routine and he wants nothing to do with the irritatingly upbeat new girl, except he finds himself inexplicably drawn to her. So I've heard from everybody that this gives like Gilmore Girl vibes. Obviously with the author's last name being Gilmore, I feel like it was probably on purpose. Unless this is her real name, then what a great coincidence. But yeah, it's just, we've got grumpy sunshine, we've got a small town romance, we have a cute pumpkin spice cafe. Like, are you kidding? This is going to be the perfect thing to get me in the fall mood. And then besides that, we're gonna do some fun fall activities. I want to decorate the house a little bit, maybe do some baking, maybe go pick up a fall tree. So yeah, I'm just so excited to celebrate the best time of the year with you and definitely my favorite season and just do all of the fall activities to get ourselves into the mindset. So now that it is dangerously close to me being late to work, I am going to get dressed, throw on some coffee, and sign in for the day. I'm gonna start off with the audiobook for you again, and I will check in when I have some thoughts about it.
Penguin Random House Audio presents You Again, a novel by Kate Goldbeck, read for you by Kristen Delicario. In memory of Laura Myers, It's All a Process. 2014. 1. Excuse me, sir? Ari stands her ground, feet shoulder width apart on the sidewalk in front of the Brooklyn Museum.
Hello again. It is later now, almost 6 o'clock. I have finished work for the day, and while working, I was able to get a good amount of listening done to You Again. I've made it to about the 50% mark. I'm listening to it on Spotify because that's the only place it was available for me. So far, I don't know if I'm really feeling this one. Like, it's fine, but I'm not really liking it. I guess I don't hate it. I just literally feel indifferent about it. Like, I was just kind of listening to it today while working and being like, is anything gonna happen to make me actually feel something? It's just a very fine story so far. I'm not really feeling connected to either of the main characters. We have, why am I blanking on their names? Josh and Ariana. We have Josh and Ariana, and Josh is a chef and he's the grumpy to Ariana's sunshine, and she's a comedian. And I'm definitely liking Ariana more than I'm liking Josh. Not that like I dislike him, they're just kind of fine. But Ariana is like really, really funny. She's like the typical 20-something-year-old living in New York City. Her life is a hot mess. Like, she's just really funny to listen to. But besides that, like, I don't know. I'm not like super into the story. So the story starts off where they really just keep bumping into each other and having sort of the opposite of a meet cute. They like don't like each other at all. So the very first time, he is dating her roommate and he comes over to cook the roommate dinner when she's not home, and they just have like a super rude interaction. And then the next time, he is her friend's boss, and he ends up firing the friend that night, like in front of Ariana. So just they keep getting off on the wrong foot. Like, they do not like each other until they reach a point where they're like, obviously something's trying to bring us together because we keep running into each other. Like, and years will go by, like 3 years, 5 years, they keep running into each other. So they finally decide let's be friends. So the point of the story I'm at now, they've really gotten to know each other. So obviously I picked this up because I thought it would give me really good fall vibes, and I don't know if it's hitting that. It's giving me really good New York City vibes. I will say that. They keep name dropping places that I have been to that are very famous New York City locations. They keep talking about Josh's dad owns a deli, which is obviously supposed to be a reference to Kaz's Delicatessen, because this is sort of a reimagining of the movie When Harry Met Sally. They've mentioned the Strand bookstore that I've been to. They mentioned the Frick, which I've been to. So it's very fun for that reason, just that like I can imagine myself like walking the streets of New York City with them. But I don't know if it's really giving fall. There's nothing like specifically fall that they've done. So we'll see if more comes of that. I'm hoping to finish this one today. That'd be really, really great if we can knock one book out on the first day of this vlog. I have some errands to run now. I'm actually on my way out to the gym where I will continue listening. And then we just have some things to do to get ready for our cozy fall weekend that I will take you along with. We have to go to the library to pick up some holds. I want to go to Target to get a loaf pan because I want to make pumpkin bread. I make it every year, but the pans I've been using just to be replaced, so I figured it was a good time to do that. Dan just got home, so I'm moving over so he is not in frame. I think that was all we have to do. So I will take you along and I will talk to you later when I am farther in the book. So we are back from the gym and running some errands. I didn't know that the library's closed on Fridays, so I was not able to pick up my holds, but that's okay, I'll go tomorrow morning. So just the gym, Target, and Michael's, so I thought I would show you what I got, even though you kind of already saw. Okay, so first up, I've never seen these before. I don't know if they're new this year, but they're cinnamon sugar flavored, so like dessert Cheetos. I'm so excited. I'm making dinner right now, but I think I'm gonna eat a few of these while I wait for it to be ready because I have to try these. Next up, you're not gonna believe. You probably can't tell what they are. They are for the cats / maybe Poe, he's small. So first I have a witch's cape, which I think I'm gonna put on Onyx and he's gonna be a warlock. He's gonna look so cute with a cape on. And then little bat wings, because how could I not? I'll insert a clip of them wearing them. I'm not gonna go mess with them now. Also got some leaf garland just to make it a little more autumnal in here. I have so much Halloween stuff that I'm just not ready to get down and decorate yet. But I don't have a lot of fall stuff, so I thought this would be good. I think I'm gonna put it around the TV in the living room. So I'll show you tomorrow when we do that. Spiderweb lace table runner. I love these for Halloween. I just put them everywhere when I decorate. A loaf dish, which was the reason for going to Target because I'm going to be making pumpkin bread. It is my specialty. People request it of me every fall. So we're gonna start the first batch for myself. And yeah, there's just nothing that puts me in the fall spirit more than my pumpkin bread. And then last up, I got some lip products that I want to try because the other day I wanted a darker, more fall color and I realized I don't really have any. So I got I got one lipstick, which is e.l.f. in the shade Drive. And then I got a pumping lip gloss in the shade PSL, very fitting. And this is by ColourPop. And then I also got a lip pencil in the shade Love Bug. Okay, it doesn't want to focus on this one, but I thought this was the most similar to the lipstick I got. So we'll see. I'll probably wear one of these tomorrow. So right now, like I said, I'm cooking dinner. I'm making baked feta pasta because just what's cozier than pasta? Even though it's very hot and the oven being on is making it even worse in the house. It is currently 80 degrees and it's September 20th. Like, why? This is really ruining my cozy vibe, but that's okay. We're gonna power through it and try to celebrate the beginning of fall, even though it doesn't feel like it yet. Also, what I'm going to do right now is, while I wait for my dinner, I ordered these off of Amazon. I was heavily influenced. It's by Jan Egaton, just like everything else in my life. Look at how cute they are. So we have Spooky Cutie, cute and comfy coloring book. And there's like a little ghost and he's just so cozy. And then we also have Little Spooky, cute and comfy coloring book. So I'm gonna flip through these. I'm gonna keep listening to you again. I've made progress, but because we're on Spotify, I can't tell you where. I'm on track 24 and I have 2 hours and 34 minutes left. The little progress bar looks like I'm probably at like the 75 to 80% mark. So far, my thoughts are staying the same. We have had some spicy scenes and they were fine. They weren't really anything special. It just kind of whatever. Yeah, that's just still how I'm really feeling about this book. Like it's just kind of fine. So we're gonna keep going. I don't know, maybe the ending will change my mind, but yeah, I think we're gonna finish this. We're gonna color, we're gonna eat some pasta, and we're gonna try these cinnamon snacks. So actually, let me do that so I can give you my thoughts. They smell so good already. Yeah, I really want to eat this whole bag. They remind me of a cereal, and it's not coming to mind like what it is. I just know like I've definitely had this in like a smaller cereal form before. They're also a little bit like the cinnamon twists you can get from Taco Bell. Would recommend if you're a fan of cinnamon sugar. Very good. I'm gonna try not to eat this whole bag and fill up before dinner. It is later, and I have now finished our first book, and that of course is You Again. Okay, since we last spoke, I ate my dinner. I colored 3 pictures. They're so cute and they're so fun and easy. And like, the thing about adult coloring books is I've always wanted to use them more, and I have a few, but to be honest, they really, really stress me out. Like, there are too many little lines. I just want like a big space to color. And these coloring books are perfect for that. So after that, I folded a lot of laundry and then I finished the book. And then I watched like an hour of TikToks and I was laughing so hard I started crying. And so now I'm really, really tired and want to go to bed. So I'm going to give you my final thoughts on You Again and probably pick up our next book just a little bit before I fall asleep. I ended up liking it more in the end than I was earlier. I think I'm gonna settle on a 3-star rating. It definitely wasn't a favorite of all time. It was just fine. It was a good book. It wasn't great, but it was fine. It was good. The ending and actually the author's note more so at the ending really kind of solidified, because I was kind of like sitting at a 2.5-star rating, but then hearing the author talk about her inspiration, because of course this is inspired by the movie When Harry Met Sally, and just taking a modern look on it. And she just kind of talked about love stories where there are no outside influences keeping the couple apart. It's like literally all internal stuff with the couple. So it's like their own brains messing up the relationship, which like I totally understand. And yes, that's exactly what this story was. And I think I'm coming to realize that I don't love books like that. So like, I think the biggest example of this would be Normal People by Sally Rooney, because so many people love that book and I do not understand it. I hated my time reading that book because it just really frustrates me when you have these two characters who you know love each other, because you're hearing from both sides the feelings they have for each other, but it's their own fault that they can't be together. I hate that. It annoys me so bad. And maybe I'm just like biased because I am in a healthy long-term relationship, but like if you're gonna let something like that ruin your chance at being happy and being with the person you love, like it just makes me so mad. Like, I don't want to read about that. And I know a lot of people really enjoy books like that. So it's just a me thing, I'm coming to realize. But I think that's why I didn't really like this one. Of course, we had the third act breakup. They were just stupid. Like, just be honest. Just be open about your feelings. Just tell the truth. Like, again, I just don't get it because I am not like that. I've never been in a relationship like that. I'm a very open and honest person with my partner. So yeah, just couldn't be me. But I will say the New York vibes, like I was saying earlier, excellent. I'm really, really excited. I'm actually planning on watching When Harry Met Sally for the first time tomorrow. And I think it's going to give me the same like New York City vibes, but like maybe be a little bit heavier on the fall cozy vibes, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I've never seen it, but that's what I'm hoping for. So I think for our next book, I am going to switch to The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater, which is the second book in the Raven Cycle series. Saga is 4 books of saga, I'm pretty sure. I don't really know what happens in the second one. I haven't read the synopsis or anything, so I think I'm going to start that now, and then I will talk to you tomorrow, spoiler free, of course, and just let you know what's going on in the story. Trying to angle you so Dan isn't in the shot. No, it's okay, just your arm is in. So finally made it to the library because didn't know they were closed yesterday, and I picked up 2 holds. Get my name off of them. I got You Again, which yes, I know I literally finished this last night, but now I have it for the thumbnail. And then I got Craft Stories I Wrote for the Devil, which I'm planning on reading in October. And I didn't realize it was so short, so that's really, really exciting. So yeah, now we are going to do a fall activity. We are going to the cider mill and we're gonna get some apple cider and some pumpkin donuts to try and bring some fall energy into today. It is literally 70 degrees out right now, so I am melting. but I wanted to put together sort of a fall-ish look. I would really prefer to be wearing a cozy, chunky sweater, but yeah, I think I would die of heat. So I am also bringing along the Dream Thieves. I just started this morning and I got 40-ish pages in. So I will give you my thoughts later on when I have read a little bit more. Fine so far. We are just getting reacclimated with the characters from the first book. And then, yeah, let's go get some fall treats. Today went by really, really fast. I was also pretty busy, so I guess that's probably why. So we ran our errands, we went to the cider mill and had some apple cider and some donuts, and then we came home. My afternoon plans to spend the night reading kind of got disrupted because I am now watching my sister's dogs. Everything is fine. She's just out of town and she needed somebody to watch them tonight. And then it is also Dan's brother's birthday, so last minute he made plans for us to go out and see each other. So I have only been able to get to about 30% of the Dream Thieves, which is like only 115 pages. I was really hoping to finish another book today. I mean, the night's still young. It's only midnight. Wow, it's actually later than I thought. Because that's the other thing. I came home and I've been editing, which I do have the video all set, uploading, ready to go tomorrow morning. So that's good. But yeah, definitely didn't get to spend as much time reading today as I had hoped. So I'm going to try to read now and stay up as late as I possibly can. This is usually my bedtime during the week, but I'm thinking if I don't get into bed, I can stay up a little later. So step number 1 is going to be washing my makeup off, and that will wake me up. And then I'm gonna go sit on the couch and try and stay upright and actually read and not lay down and not fall asleep. Good morning. I bet you can guess what I'm about to say because, of course, I fell asleep last night and I think I read like 2 pages. And then suddenly I woke up, all the lights were on, it was 3 a.m., I was still in the living room. Are you sick of hearing this? Because I am embarrassed every single time. I just need to stop telling you that I'm gonna read before bed or like cut those parts out. So yeah, this is the last time, maybe if I remember, you'll be hearing that I fell asleep. Okay, so goal for today is to obviously keep going with this, finish it, I hope. I don't have anything else going on today, like it's Sunday. So yeah, I'm pretty confident in myself that I should be able to finish this. Right now, it's time to finally make this place cozy. So we are going to get our decorations that we bought the other night and put them in the living room. And I'm gonna have a donut for breakfast and a dirty chai latte, and I'm gonna sit down and I'm going to start reading. So if you'd like to join me, that's what we're gonna do right now. I think it turned out so cute. It'll look a lot better when it's dark out and I can actually turn on all the fake candles and everything I put up there. It's gonna look so cozy in here with the lights off and just that going. So yeah, I can't wait for later. I realized I didn't actually tell you what was going on in the Raven Boys. It's fine so far. I am liking it, just not as much as the first one. Like, I was obsessed with the first one, didn't want to put it down, was just like raving over everything in it. In this one, it's fine. I think my problem is that we're following Ronan and the Gray Man a lot. So we're not really getting my favorite character scenes, and like that's really why I love the first one so much, is I just fell in love with these characters. And like Ronan's fine, I guess, but I think he's my least favorite Raven boy. He's just, you know, he's the tough exterior, and I'm sure we'll get to know him and fall in love with him, but right now, like, it's just taking a while for me to get into it. And then this whole thing with the Gray Man, I don't know who he is. I don't know if we're supposed to like him or not. We're just getting a lot more of him than I was expecting. So we'll see where that goes. The other thing I was thinking is that I'm gonna do my cozy movie night tonight, especially because I have the leaves all set up. Yeah, I'm thinking I'll eat some of my snacks I bought yesterday. I'll have the mood lighting, and I'm going to be watching When Harry Met Sally, of course, because I just read You Again, the sort of retelling of the movie, and I've never seen this one. I think that's all. I'm really hungry, so I'm gonna go eat my donuts now, and I'll talk to you later.
According to Bruegel, when Icarus fell, he fell in the spring. A farmer was plowing there in a field overlooking the whole pageantry of the year was away now, tinkling near the edge of the sea, concerned with itself, sweating in the sun that melted the wax of
I am very, very sleepy because it is very late. I don't know how that weekend went by so fast, but here we are. It's Sunday night. It's already midnight. So fortunately, I did not finish The Dream Thieves. I have this much left. It's a little over 100 pages, like 110 pages. I am going to read a little bit more before I fall asleep. I'm hoping I can stay awake long enough to get more done, and then I will definitely finish this tomorrow. But yeah, this weekend was just not as productive as I was hoping it would be, but that's fine. We'll just extend the cozy fall vibes into the rest of the week and start the Pumpkin Spice Cafe tomorrow. But I'm really happy that I actually took the time to watch that movie today, because I am not a big movie watcher, just because I would rather be reading, and I feel more productive when I'm reading. I'm just more of a book person than a TV and movie person, but every once in a while it's nice to just take a break and watch this like classic rom-com that I'd never seen. And yeah, I'm happy I did. I think I'm gonna give the movie like a 4-star rating. It's not my favorite of all time, and actually some of the things Harry said in the beginning really annoyed me, and just because like I'm a petty person who holds a grudge, didn't want them to get together in the end. Like, it was cute and everything, but yeah, if I was Sally, like, just to prove a point, I would not have gotten with him in the end. It actually made my enjoyment of the book go down a little bit though, because I was so surprised how much of like a copy and paste the book was. Like, it was almost identical. And I was just very surprised by that. I thought the book should have been a little bit more original. And yes, the author changed some parts, but like overall, like I even feel like some of the dialogue and the conversation they had were the exact same. Like, I understand it being a retelling, but you gotta change it a little more than that. Oh, I can tell you what's going on in here. Well, not exactly what's going on, but I'm enjoying it more now. I love the scene between Blue and Noah. I wasn't expecting that. It was so cute. And then the street racing aspect has come into the story. That's like the one thing I know about these books, is that they're street racing. I think that's all. My battery is flashing at me, so I should say goodnight now. But of course, I will talk to you tomorrow and let you know my final thoughts on this one. Good morning. We did not talk yesterday, but I finally have some reading updates. But first, it's a little dark in here, so let me turn on the light. Okay, I think that's a little better. So, we have first of all, to talk about the beautiful weather we're having right now. I know I was complaining this weekend that it was really, really warm. Thankfully, yesterday it started raining and it basically hasn't stopped since. I guess it's not currently raining, but it's very gloomy out and it's 67 degrees, which is still warm, but the rain is helping me feel like it's finally fall. So I ended up finishing The Dream Thieves. I took a while to get into this one, which is weird for a second book because you already know and love the characters. The ending of this one was so good, and Maggie Stiefvater really did the impossible and made me sort of like Ronan. I don't hate him anymore. Just seeing in his head and what he really cares about and why he is the way he is, it helped. I understand him. And the whole storyline with him in this was very interesting. We learned something about him. It adds a new magical element to the story. It's something we find out at the end of the first book, and it really just, that's what the second one is about, is this reveal at the end of the first book. Has to do with dreams, as you can tell from the title, and it was just really fun. So I decided to go with a 4.5-star rating. I think because I'm comparing it to the first one, which was a 5-star, and then just knowing how slow this beginning was for me, it just didn't feel like a 5-star. But I still really, really enjoyed it, and I'm still really excited to get to the next one. That's that update. And then I immediately jumped into our next book, The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. I made it to 27%, age 75, and I'm also liking this one. It's definitely sort of a jump to go from like Maggie Stiefvater's beautiful descriptive writing to this, which is really just a goofy fun time. I'm definitely not reading this because I think it's like high literature. I'm here for the love story. I'm here for the cozy vibes. In this one, we start off with this woman named Jeannie, and her aunt runs the Pumpkin Spice Cafe in this small town, and she decided to retire. So Jeannie is kind of thrust into this life of inheriting this cafe, having to move to this small town. Her aunt immediately jumps on a plane and goes off on some week-long vacation. So her aunt's not even around to like help her with the transition. It's a little ridiculous. But Jeannie has the help of the like cafe manager. He's still there. But yeah, she's sort of on her own. And we learned she's actually coming from Boston, where she worked in a finance company. So this is just a big change for her, going from a very fast-paced, busy life to this sort of slow, small-town life. So far, she's doing great. She ends up, so we have our meet cute, of course, in the first chapter. I think it was like right away. So she hears something downstairs in the cafe and she thinks somebody's trying to break in. So she has a baseball bat and she like rips open the back door to like the alleyway. And there is this super hot farmer man dropping off like cases of pumpkins and stuff. And he, of course, is our love interest, Logan. And just right away, they have this chemistry. They're both very interested in each other. They both think each other are very attractive. And Logan is just such a sweetheart. Like, he's really trying to give off like the grumpy farmer vibes, but inside, because we're getting dual perspective from Jeannie and Logan's point of view, like you can already see how much he cares about her. And not even that like he's in love with her yet, but he's just a very caring person. Like he's just very concerned with helping her get comfortable in the new position in the new town and helping her out. And they actually end up kind of working together to solve the problem of like, what are these noises she's hearing at night? Because she's not sure if it's like kids messing around, if there's a ghost, if it's a raccoon. So yeah, that's where I left off, is they were trying to figure out what this noise is. So they're kind of hanging out late at night, waiting for the noise to happen. And yeah, the small town vibes are definitely there. There was a scene where she went to a town hall meeting and just kind of getting to see all of the interactions of these silly town members. Like, it's giving a little bit of like Schitt's Creek. That's like the only small town like piece of media that I've really watched. So that's just like what I'm picturing in my head, is like the goofy people that were in that show, like being members of this community. This one isn't too long, so ideally I'd like to finish it today and be able to wrap up this vlog. And then I think it's finally time to make some pumpkin bread, because I've been promising that and it's finally chilly enough that it just feels correct. Mini update while the pumpkin bread is baking. It takes about an hour and a half, which is so long, and it makes the house smell so good as it's baking. Like, can't wait for it to be done. So now, because I have a little bit of time, I just finished work, I am going to go grab my Kindle and continue reading Pumpkin Spice Cafe. And then, of course, I'll be back to do a taste test of the bread with you. I already know it's going to be great, though. And if you're interested in making it yourself, I have put my recipe in the description below. The one I make is completely vegan, including the chocolate chips. I purposely buy vegan chocolate chips. You don't have to do that, of course. You can use normal chocolate chips. I think it's really, really good. Everybody who tries it can't even tell it's vegan. Like, it's just so good. I thought I had something else to say, but now I can't remember. So I think that's my cue to stop talking and start reading. Hello friends, I finally did it. I just finished the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I decided to come in here because Dan's playing video games in the living room, and I don't think you want to hear me try to shout over them. So, yeah, it ended up being very, very cute, as I think I assumed from the title. The romance was fine. It was a little insta-lovey. I feel like the feelings were like very strong, very fast. They really didn't know each other that long, so I guess that's like my criticism of it. But I wasn't really expecting anything too serious with this kind of book. I guess I just wish it was maybe longer. It had the perfect small town fall vibes. Like, she gave me exactly what I was looking for. There was a fall festival, there was a petting zoo with goats, there was a costume contest, and lots of talks of apple cider and pumpkin spice lattes and baking, and it was just it. It was all the vibes, all of the fall things to just make you feel cozy. Other than that, oh, my review for the pumpkin bread, delicious as always. With it being my first time using this loaf pan, it didn't like exactly fit perfectly. Like, I probably could have made more of the batter to really fill up the loaf pan, but we'll mess with it next time, maybe, and just know going in. If your loaf pan is the same size as mine, you might want to double the ingredients, maybe, or make two, yeah. Other than that, I think we sufficiently got into the cozy spirit this week. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me this week. If you would like to leave me a comment and you don't know what to say, go ahead and leave me the fall leaves emoji down below. And as always, I hope you read a good book today, and I will see you soon in my next one. Bye.